that they're paid by a con.
Overall, I would say that it was a very good show. It was nowhere near the best AEW pay-per-view of all time. There's a lot of people talking about what a great show it was, but I think those people are forgetting that 2.5 hours ago you were all complaining about what a show it was.
Yeah.
Because the first half of the show really was not very good.
No.
The second half of the show was very good.
The biggest pop of this match, and really the first like 2/3 of the show, was Edge returning the tribute.
Yeah.
And paying tribute to...
He did an AA and a
Dude, he
You
did a
Can't See
five-knuckle
Me.
shuffle.
Yes. And not only did everyone cheer when he did John Cena's move on an AEW show, there was a John Cena chant on an AEW show.
The sickos were chanting for Cena.
So if you're not aware, this is not even 24 hours after MJF had a very bloody match with Mystico in Mexico. And cleaned up, I think, maybe. Got on a plane, flew across
Well, he definitely cleaned up because he was covered in blood after that match.
That's true. 2 borders and went through customs, like I said, and came to this building. Not even 24 hours later, had another bloodbath.
This had less heat than the Ricochet match. They just sat there watching.
No.
Yes. It
Factually
did.
untrue.
No, it's
Go back
not.
and watch the dancing. The dancing was more over than anything Ricochet did.
Dancing. I'm talking the actual wrestling match. Not
Whatever
the
works.
Okay, I'm probably going to get some heat for this, but the reason the crowd...
You fool!
Thank you.
Kazuchika Okada versus Konosuke Takeshita versus Masker Dorada for the unified title. Goddamn.
This was a great match.
Darby Allin versus John Moxley in a coffin match.
Good Lord.
God, this is great. Pac is back with a new haircut. My initial thought was it's Wade Barrett. It's not Wade Barrett, obviously.
Wade Barrett?
I didn't really think... I
You
looked
thought
like...
he shrunk 8 inches?
Well, that's a Darby, so still look tall.
The door just flies open and Darby jumps out, not selling a thing, puts him in the body bag, and then pours the lighter fluid on it, lights it on fire, and burns his ass. I didn't like that angle because it's kind of like, I just watched Darby die, and then you show me like a half hour later that he's just like completely fine. He was not selling anything.
fine, no.
Every now and then you got to really do something surprising because otherwise you just have all these matches like Mercedes and Riho where the people just sit there waiting for Mercedes to get her win because they know she's not going to lose. Well, nobody thought Toni Storm was going to lose, and she did.
So the reason you never see this kind of thing in AEW is that it's stupid. She got this match
Got to win.
because there was a brawl and Toni Storm challenged her. She didn't earn
Yes.
it. It was a gift.
Correct.
She did nothing in this match to stand out. She's done nothing, frankly, in the past several years to stand out head and shoulders above the rest of the roster. She's not the best worker in the roster. She doesn't cut the best promos in the roster. She's not the biggest star in the roster. And she doesn't feel any better at any of those things than she did an hour ago or 2 hours ago, whatever it was.
If you want to get mad at me, that's fine. But then you also need to get mad at everyone's favorite announcer, Bryan Danielson, who repeatedly in this match was like, climb up and get the belts. As guys, instead of climbing up to get the belts, would set the ladder up under the belts, but then do a flip. Bandito, in order to do this spot, he was standing on the ladder. Literally, the belts were below his head. All he had to do was grab them. But instead, he had to do a move. And Brian's yelling, just grab the belts, dude. Grab the belt. Nope. He had to do his spot. I swear to God, I know some people are going to tell me I'm wrong, but prove me wrong. The reuniting of Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy got the biggest reaction of everything on the show.
I really need Jack Perry's new gimmick to be an archaeologist because I watched him dig up a dinosaur.
You know what? He did rock a fedora.
This match was 5 hours, 7 hours into the show if you were there live, and it had a ton of heat. They had the crowd for pretty much the entire thing, and it was an awesome main event.
So we got a weird history video to start this thing. They're playing it like neither ESPN nor WWE used to be mainstream programming. It's like they're embarrassed about their own history. They're not celebrating it. They're burying it. Look what we had to overcome, this crappy product.
This Brock Lesnar, dude. This guy is absolutely, positively enormous.
John Cena comes out with an army of kids. I thought we would get the answer to the question, who would win in a fight, one Brock Lesnar or 100 children? But sadly, they all went to the back.
I hate to say it, but it'd be one Brock Lesnar.
Easily.
The WWE side was like, AEW's running their show, but man, we got some stuff tonight. We got some big surprises and this and that. And like the first one is Paul Heyman introduces Brock Lesnar. I was like, okay, cool. I mean, is that really that big a surprise?
So he hits an F5, walks around, hits an F5, walks around, and finally very casually pinned him. The company that brags about putting smiles on people's faces, zoomed in on all the crying kids, and yeah, that was the idea.
I gave this 4 stars.
Yeah.
As I think about it the next day, I might have underrated it. I thought this match was just great. You know, Stephanie, she was one of those people that at the end of the day, when she was a little girl, she watched WWE, and she wanted to be a WWE champion. And she went there, she took less money, she wasn't there in NXT long, got called up to the main roster, and man, she won this title, and she is bawling her eyes out.
The Rollinses versus the Punks, or if you prefer, the Lynches versus the Lees.
On paper, I mean, it was actually a brilliant match, but the problem was then everyone had to execute it. And I thought AJ, for being gone so long, I mean, I thought she did fine.
She was fine.
The issue was anything she did involving striking. Her strikes were absolutely atrocious. I mean, there's no other way to say it.
Your main event, Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. This was long, and for the most part, it was fucking boring.
I think the first show on ESPN should have been like a bunch of exciting matches and big moves and craziness and everything. Try and like hook some people with some action, and then you can start doing, okay, well, you know, maybe we hooked you for a month. You watched a month of TV maybe. Well, here's now more of a story match. So I think that's one of the problems with this show. I thought overall it was a pretty good show. I wouldn't say it was great. Granny, what's going on?
Almost went to sleep here.
Fantastic show we have here.
Nick Wayne versus Starboy Charlie. Anyway, that was some match.
Cool. What do you give it?
Any details?
Named the APP, which was a monster hit in 2016, and has been credited with teaching millions of Americans the metric system.
The metric.
The
system.
metric system.
Pac-Man Go.
Oh, Pokemon Go.
Oh, Pokemon. I like Pac-Man Go.
Hey, there's no reason you couldn't do a Pac-Man Go.
All right. Well, that was fun, Granny.
No comment.
Do you ever have fun doing this show?
No.
Never? I was so excited to see the very first ever Shawn Michaels debut television match. And with all due respect, he sucked. I had in my mind that he was probably like a Kurt Angle, where like Kurt Angle's first ever television matches, I mean, he was good. I've never seen Shawn Michaels suck ever in my life.
Hangman Page is a promo. I want to fight the best wrestler this city has to offer, Lee Moriarty, the Ring of Honor Pure Champion.
No Britt Baker.
She never showed up, wasn't mentioned.
She's
no
not the best wrestler Pittsburgh has to offer anymore.
I guess not.
Her not being on this show had nothing to do with whether or not she's going to return. All it meant was she hasn't returned yet, because if she was back, she'd have been on this show. So I don't know what her future is, but don't read too much into her not being on this show. The crowd was kind of like...
Not a great crowd tonight.
It was a weird crowd. Throughout the night, you know, sometimes they would be awake, sometimes they would be asleep, sometimes they would be woken up by something. It was not a consistent crowd throughout the night.
At All Out, Renee tries to interview Adam Copeland after his match. And then Adam Copeland says, I can't keep doing this. It's affecting my family. I've got to go. I don't know if I'll be back. And I said out loud, again?
It feels like they signed him to a 5-date-a-year contract.
Yes, that's right. I wrote it. Did they sign him for 6 dates? I said.
Yeah.
I was a little more giving the benefit of the doubt. But I am so happy we had our little run there in Mid-South. Because watching Boyd Pierce gives me... I see this Tony Schiavone character in a new light. He is, respectfully, the grumpy old man. Nice guy. Nice fella. But he's seen too much shit in his life. Schiavone looks him all right in the eye. That was the worst thing I have ever seen in an AEW ring. And he pauses and repeats himself. The worst thing I have ever seen in an AEW ring. And then we get the MJF promo.
This was also awesome.
This was truly incredible.
This promo was so great that he has to like come back and win the title. If he just comes back and he's the same MJF, like he has to come back as a different MJF. He has to come back to do something diabolical. So... like, it was an awesome promo, and I'm interested to see where it goes.
Vaughn promises Picasso and all the others will roll over in their graves when they see this, but they reveal the painting, and it's actually Orange Cassidy. The best line of the show was, "He ruined my painting! Kick his ass!" I laughed so hard at that. Tony Khan, important announcement.
And so he comes out and he just says, we are going to introduce women's tag team titles. That was it.
Soon.
It's like, is there a tournament? Who are the women? When does the tournament begin? When does it end? Who, what, when, where, why, and how? I mean, this is the basics. Yeah. We don't know jack shit about it. Yet all that time, he couldn't even say, like, starting next week.
No.
Jon Moxley was fucking burnt to a crisp.
That's true.
And he didn't sell anything. That was the biggest waste of a fire angle I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yes.
Like, literally, I swear to God, I forgot they even did it until Darby had that flamethrower. And even then, it took me a second to realize, holy fuck, he burnt that guy on Saturday. I loved this show. Do you understand? How many times did I defend NXT when nobody else did? Nobody. I had to hear every day on Observer Live, oh, God, we have to hear about NXT again. Everybody hates this show, Brian. You're the only one that likes it. You're right. I'm the only fucking guy. And, like, you've made it so I don't care. I don't care about Javon anymore. Like, I can't even care about Lola because I figure you're just going to beat Lola. I don't care about the tag team division. I don't need to see the fucking Nexus Part 8 out there every week having these fucking matches, and everyone they wrestle is more over than them. Every single one. Why is this so hard? Why do you have so much shit handed to you and you have to work against it? Why? Like, sometimes people get over. And, like, why don't you just go with it? I don't get it. Why? This is not good heat that you've got with me. I'm not clamoring to watch the show this weekend. This weekend is a show that I'm watching because it's my job. If it wasn't my job, I wouldn't watch it. I always watch this show. For years, I watched this show where if this wasn't my job, I would watch it. I would still watch it if it wasn't my job. Now they've got me where if it wasn't my job, I wouldn't watch it. There's just too much wasted potential. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing people built up and fail over and over again. You've lost me as a fan. I'll still watch because it's my job. God damn it.
Wow. What's funny
This all came segment after segment after segment.
Yeah.
It's like Lola lays her out for the second straight week. You know what that means. And then right to Josh Briggs and Javon again. I'm like, why? Right to Dark State again. Why? It's like over and over throughout this show. It was like, and then all of that to lead to that shitty fucking main event segment, which was so bad. I'm like, God, this was the worst, like, quadruple whammy that I've been hit with in a long fucking time.